You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. In a world that constantly pulls at our attention, what if your mornings became your sanctuary, your foundation for calm, clarity, and control? This isn't about motivational cliches. It's about reclaiming your mind before the world lays claim to it. Stoicism teaches that peace isn't found in what happens, but in how we respond. And the way we begin each day shapes that response more than we realize. If your mornings feel rushed, reactive, or empty, it's time for a reset. This video will walk you through 10 Stoic habits that can transform not just your mornings, but your entire way of living. Simple, powerful, timeless. Let's begin. Number 1, wake with consistency and control. This may sound obvious, but we all need to hear it. How you begin your morning sets the stage for how you live your life, and in a world that seems increasingly unpredictable, one of the simplest yet most powerful forms of control you can claim is the time you choose to wake up. Waking up at the same time every day might sound small, maybe even boring, but it's the cornerstone of a stable mind. The Stoics believed in rhythm, in consistency, in aligning with nature's order. To them, waking up was not just physical, it was philosophical. A daily declaration that you are in charge. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "At dawn, when you have trouble getting out of bed, tell yourself, I have to go to work as a human being." That's the mindset. You're not just getting up to go through the motions, you're rising to meet the day with discipline and dignity. But let's be honest, consistency is hard. The first few days, your bed will feel warmer than ever, the snooze button will whisper lies, and your brain will come up with 100 excuses. That's exactly when the practice begins. Stoicism isn't about always feeling motivated. It's about doing what needs to be done, whether or not you feel like it. Because each time you rise with intention, instead of surrendering to comfort, you reinforce your identity as someone who leads, not follows, even if no one else is watching. Modern science backs this up. Waking up at the same time daily strengthens your circadian rhythm, leading to improved sleep quality, sharper focus, and a more balanced mood. Over time, your body starts waking up naturally, without alarms or resistance, and it doesn't require dramatic changes. Don't aim to wake up at 5 a.m. if you've been sleeping till 10. Start with a 30-minute shift. Let it become natural. Let it become yours. Build your environment around this commitment. Go to bed 30 minutes earlier. Set a wind-down alarm, not just a wake-up one. Keep your bedroom cool, dark, and screen-free. Apps like Sleep Cycle or alarm clocks that wake you with light instead of noise can gently align your wake-up with your body's natural rhythms. Even something as simple as leaving your curtains cracked, letting the morning sun nudge you awake, can change everything. And if you miss a day, that's okay. The goal isn't perfection, it's identity. Each morning you wake up at your chosen time, you're voting for the kind of person you want to be. Someone disciplined, someone intentional, someone not at the mercy of mood or circumstance. The Stoics didn't believe in controlling the world, only in controlling themselves. And waking up consistently is a powerful first act of self-governance, because when you win the morning, you reclaim your mind. And with it, your day. Number 2, morning without distractions. Your mind is clearest in the first moments of the day. No news, no emails, no digital noise, just silence, the kind that the Stoics believed was essential to clear thinking and virtuous living. Marcus Aurelius didn't check his phone in bed. But even in ancient Rome, he faced distractions, political pressure, war, personal betrayal, and still, he chose to focus on what he could control, his own thoughts. He wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." In our world, one of the most radical things you can do is not check your phone when you wake up. That one act, resisting the digital pull, preserves your focus. It gives your mind a chance to breathe, to wake up gently, to think for itself before it reacts to everyone else's demands. It's tempting. Notifications, messages, likes. But remember this: the first thing you consume each morning becomes the lens through which you see your entire day. Choose clarity over chaos. So what should you do instead? Make the first 30-60 minutes of your morning a sacred, distraction-free space. No screens, no scrolling, just you and your life, undisturbed. Use that time to do what the Stoics did: reflect, read, write, breathe. Read one paragraph of timeless wisdom, not headlines. Journal for 5 minutes. One thought, one intention, one question. Drink your coffee slowly, without a screen, just watching the light shift. Breathe, not to escape life, but to enter it fully. If you're not ready to go full digital detox, set a Do Not Disturb window on your phone from 10 p.m. to 9 a.m. Delay your dopamine. Better yet, charge your phone outside the bedroom. Use a sunrise alarm clock instead. Create space between yourself and the world's demands. Still tempted to scroll? Use apps like Forest, which rewards staying off your phone by growing a tree, or 1sec, which makes you pause and breathe before opening social media. They act as little stoic gatekeepers at the threshold of your attention. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to be deliberate, because what you guard in the morning, you multiply throughout the day. Focus, calm, clarity, and that's what the Stoics practiced: living with intention, starting from within. The world is noisy, but the wise protect their peace. Some habits seem too small to matter. Making your bed. It feels trivial, ordinary, maybe even pointless, especially if no one's going to see it but you. But that's exactly why it matters. Number 3, make the bed, win the war. The Stoics believed character is revealed in small actions, not grand speeches, not once-in-a-while breakthroughs, but in the quiet, repeated rituals that show the kind of person you are, even when no one is looking. Making your bed in the morning is one of those rituals. It's not about perfection. It's not about productivity. It's about self-respect. It's a signal to your mind: I care about how I start my day. I respect my space. I value structure. And when you start the day by bringing a small corner of chaos into order, that ripple effect touches everything else you do. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one." You don't need to overthink it. Just straighten the sheets, smooth the blanket, set the tone. It takes less than 2 minutes, but it tells your subconscious, "Today, I lead with intention." Modern psychology agrees. Research from the National Sleep Foundation shows that people who make their beds regularly tend to sleep better and report higher well-being. Why? Because small wins create momentum. And when your environment feels clean, calm, and in control, your mind often follows. If you want to go deeper, extend the ritual. Tidy one small space every morning: your desk, your nightstand, your closet floor. Not to be obsessive, but to reconnect your external world with your internal clarity. And if you're in a rough patch in life, this becomes even more powerful. When things feel chaotic or uncertain, these tiny acts of order become anchors. You can't always control what the world throws at you, but you can control this: how you care for your space and how you carry yourself through the first hour of your day. So tomorrow morning, Don't underestimate the power of tucking in your sheets. It's not just a chore, it's a ritual of personal dignity. Because in a Stoic life, greatness is not a moment, it's a practice, and that practice begins with what you choose to do next. Number 4. Practice self-compassion. Discipline isn't cruelty, and resilience isn't punishment. That's a misunderstanding that too many fall into, especially those who hold themselves to high standards. The Stoics were disciplined, yes. They valued self-control, consistency, endurance. But they were never advocates for self-loathing. Marcus Aurelius, perhaps the most powerful man of his time, wrote openly about his failures, not to shame himself, but to learn, to grow, to move forward. He didn't demand perfection. He demanded persistence, and that's what self-compassion is. It's not indulgence, it's not giving up. It's allowing yourself to be human and choosing to show up anyway. Because mornings aren't always easy. You will sleep in. You will miss workouts. You will forget intentions. And if your response is shame or self-hate, you've already lost the battle. But if your response is gentle, if you pause, acknowledge, breathe, and begin again, then you're practicing something far more powerful than perfection. You're practicing wisdom. Modern psychology confirms this. Studies by Dr. Kristin Neff show that people who practice self-compassion are more likely to reach their goals, not less. Why? Because they don't get derailed by failure. They course correct instead of spiral. So what does this look like in a Stoic morning? It's noticing your resistance without judgment. It's waking up late and saying, "That's on me," but the day isn't over. It's skipping your routine and deciding, "I'll start again tomorrow," with even more clarity. It's replacing "I failed" with "I'm learning." This is not weakness, it's strength. Because self-compassion removes the ego from the process. It lets you see yourself clearly, flaws and all, without distortion. The Stoics believed in focusing only on what's within your control. And some days, what you can control is simply your response to not meeting your expectations. So when you falter, and you will, remember this. The goal isn't to never fall. The goal is to fall and rise with grace. Because you are not here to be flawless. You are here to become someone wise. Number 5, discovering your Ikigai. There's a reason the ancient Stoics woke each day with a sense of duty. They didn't stumble into the morning, they stepped into it. With clarity, with intention, with purpose. Because when you know why you're getting up, the how becomes easier. This is where the concept of Ikigai comes in, a Japanese word that means a reason for being. It's the intersection of 4 things: what you love, what you're good at, what the world needs, and what you can be paid for. Find that intersection and you unlock more than motivation. You unlock direction. You stop hitting snooze. You start building something that actually matters. Marcus Aurelius didn't use the word Ikigai, but he understood the principle. He wrote, "Everything, a horse, a vine, is created for some duty. What were you made for?" That's the Stoic question. What is your role, your function, your thread in the fabric of the world? Discovering your Ikigai doesn't happen overnight. It takes honest reflection, stillness, courage. But your mornings are the perfect time to start. Each day, ask yourself, what energizes me, even when it's hard? What problems am I drawn to solve? What do people come to me for? What if removed from my life would leave a deep emptiness? These aren't just questions, they're breadcrumbs, clues to your unique path. You might not have all the answers yet. That's okay. The point is to look, to begin, to move toward the life that calls to you from the inside. And as you build your morning routine, let it revolve around that sense of calling. Whether it's 5 minutes or 50, spend a slice of your morning doing something connected to your Ikigai. Write, build, serve, learn, plan, reflect. Because when your morning aligns with your deeper purpose, even small actions begin to feel sacred. The Stoics taught that we are each part of a larger whole. Ikigai is your personal contribution to that whole. It's how you turn existence into meaning, routine into ritual, time into legacy. Number 6. Negative visualization. Most people start their day hoping everything goes right. The Stoic, on the other hand, prepares for what might go wrong, not out of pessimism, but out of strength. This is the practice of negative visualization, or premeditatio malorum, the premeditation of evils. It means to spend a moment imagining what could go wrong, not to invite fear, but to build clarity, calm, and control. Seneca put it this way: he robs present ills of their power, who has perceived their coming beforehand. So what does that mean for your morning? It means, before the day gets moving, take 1 minute. Picture the delays, the rejections, the traffic, the missed call, the unexpected news. Then ask yourself, if this happens, how will I choose to respond? You're not worrying. You're rehearsing resilience. You're anticipating life's chaos so it doesn't catch you off guard. And ironically, this practice creates more peace, not less. Because when the Stoics imagined loss, failure, or pain, they did it to remind themselves of 2 things: that suffering is often survivable, that what we have right now is precious. By visualizing what we fear, we shrink its power. We step into the day prepared, not panicked. Modern cognitive behavioral therapy echoes this. Exposure to uncomfortable thoughts in a controlled, intentional way builds psychological flexibility. It creates space between stimulus and response. So, as part of your morning ritual, try this. Picture something going wrong today. Imagine how your ideal self would handle it. Breathe. Then return to the present, stronger, grounded, more grateful. This practice isn't about obsessing over misfortune, it's about training for it, the way a warrior trains with weights before battle. And the paradox? The more we envision potential loss, the more we cherish what we have. Negative visualization leads to positive appreciation. Because when you've already faced the storm in your mind, the real winds don't shake you as easily. Number 7. Reflect on mortality. Memento Mori. Remember that you must die. At first it sounds grim, morbid, something to avoid. But for the Stoics, reflecting on mortality wasn't about fear. It was about clarity, a powerful way to sharpen your priorities and stop wasting your life on what doesn't matter. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself daily, "You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do, say, and think." Not because he wanted to dwell on death, but because he wanted to live fully, urgently, truthfully. When you understand that your time is limited, you stop squandering it. You stop delaying the conversation, the dream, the change. So each morning, take a brief moment, just a few seconds. Say to yourself, "Today is not guaranteed. If it were my last, would I be proud of how I'm spending it?" This doesn't mean you have to live in crisis mode. It means you live in gratitude mode, aware that the simple act of waking up is a gift. You begin to see that your time is more valuable than your notifications, that your energy is better spent on creation than comparison, that your presence today is more sacred than your plans for someday. Modern psychology mirrors this. People who regularly reflect on their mortality tend to report higher levels of meaning and motivation. Why? because they're anchored in what truly matters. Memento Mori isn't about death. It's about perspective. It's about reminding yourself you don't have forever, but you do have today. So live it. Call the person, say the thing, make the move, start the project. Let go of the grudge, savor the coffee, breathe deeper. Because this day, this one right here, is not just another one. It's one fewer. And one more chance to live a life you won't regret. Number 8, find an accountability ally. Growth is hard in isolation. You can read every Stoic quote, watch every video, journal every morning. But when it comes time to follow through, it helps to know someone's got your back. Enter the accountability ally. The Stoics believed in community, not as a social bonus, but as a moral necessity. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "We are made for cooperation, like feet, like hands, like the rows of the upper and lower teeth." He saw human connection as a natural part of virtuous living, and that includes helping each other live with greater discipline and intention. An accountability ally isn't a coach, a critic, or a babysitter. They're a partner on the path, someone who wants to grow too, someone who can check in with you, not just when you succeed, but especially when you fall short. Because no matter how strong your mindset is, you're still human. You'll slip, you'll get tired, you'll forget why you started. And on those days, knowing that someone else is walking the same road and looking out for you can be the push that keeps you from giving up. Think of it like this. Discipline is the flame, accountability is the oxygen, and the combination, momentum. So what does this actually look like in real life? Let's say you've committed to waking up at 7 a.m. and journaling every morning for 10 minutes. You text your ally when you're up. They text back when they finish their practice. No shame, no pressure, just mutual encouragement and consistency. Or maybe you check in once a week. You each share one win, one challenge, and one intention for the next 7 days. You're not just building habits, you're building trust in yourself and in each other. If you don't know where to start, ask yourself, who in my life is also working on becoming better? Who would appreciate support, not just offer it? Who makes me feel safe to be honest, even about failure? Then reach out. Be honest. Say, I'm trying to build better habits, want to keep each other accountable for a few weeks. It might feel awkward at first, but vulnerability is the price of growth. And if you don't have someone close, you're not out of options. You can join an online group or forum related to your goals. Use an accountability app like Coach.me or StickK. Start your own private log and share it weekly on Reddit or Discord. Even schedule a weekly check-in with ChatGPT and track your progress. The medium doesn't matter. The mutual commitment does. Because when someone sees you trying, they remind you why it matters. And when you do the same for them, you amplify both your journeys. The Stoics understood that virtue doesn't grow in a vacuum. We sharpen our character in relationship to others by observing, supporting, and challenging each other. In a world where so many of us feel isolated or stuck behind screens, this practice is radical. It's a return to connection, to shared values, to being reminded, even silently. You're not doing this alone. So if your morning routine feels heavy, if your new habit is starting to fade, don't go it solo. Find your ally. Check in. Show up, not just for yourself, but for each other. Number 9, design your evening with intention. Your morning starts the night before. That might sound like productivity advice, but it's actually Stoic wisdom. The ancient philosophers believed that preparation was a form of peace, a way to take control of tomorrow without waiting for it to arrive. Seneca wrote, "Let us prepare our minds as if we'd come to the very end of life. Let us postpone nothing. Every night is a chance to pause, to process, to shape the next day in advance. And yet, most of us let our evenings slip away. We scroll, we binge, we zone out. Then we wonder why our mornings feel chaotic. Here's the truth. The quality of your morning is determined by the quality of your night. So how do you design a Stoic evening? Start with this mindset. Your night isn't just the end of the day, it's the start of your next one. Step 1. Slow down the inputs. An hour before bed, begin lowering the volume on your external world. Dim the lights. Put your phone away, or at least put it on airplane mode. Let your brain know that stimulation is ending and reflection is beginning. This isn't about perfection, it's about intention. Even 5 minutes of deliberate silence can shift your nervous system from fight or flight to rest and digest. Try a few deep breaths. Try lying still. Let your thoughts surface, not to judge them, but to greet them. Step 2. Practice evening reflection. Marcus Aurelius didn't just reflect in the morning, he reviewed his day each night. Ask yourself, where did I act in alignment with my values? Where did I stray? What lesson can I carry into tomorrow? You're not criticizing yourself. You're learning in real time. You're watching your character unfold. You can do this with a journal, a voice memo, a few quiet thoughts in bed. Whatever form helps you process, because a day that ends in reflection becomes a day that didn't pass in vain. Step 3. Set the next day's anchor. Write down 3 priorities for tomorrow, not a to-do list, just the 3 things that would make the next day feel focused and intentional. You're giving your mind direction. While you sleep, your brain will begin solving problems, clarifying thoughts, and laying groundwork. It's neuroscience, and it's Stoicism. You're taking responsibility for how you begin again. Step 4. Prepare your environment. The Stoics believed in aligning your surroundings with your purpose. Epictetus said, "First say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do." If you want to wake up calm, then create calm. Lay out your clothes, clear your desk, set out your journal. Put a book on your nightstand instead of your phone. Every object becomes a cue for the life you're trying to build. And one of the most overlooked tools? Lighting. Use warm lamps at night. Avoid overhead lights. Light signals your body whether to stay alert or wind down. A small change in brightness, a big shift in biology. Step 5. Close with gratitude. Right before bed, name 3 things you're grateful for, even if they're small, especially if they're small. Gratitude rewires your brain for peace. It shrinks anxiety. It ends your day in sufficiency, not scarcity. You don't need to crush your evening routine. You just need to make it yours. Quiet, reflective, grounded, because when you close the day with intention, you open the next one with power. Number 10, end the day with gratitude. There's a quiet kind of power in ending the day with thanks, not the performative kind, not a checklist, but a moment of sincere, grounded gratitude for the people, places, and experiences that touched your day, even if only for a second. The Stoics didn't use the word gratitude the way we do now, but they practiced it in every breath. Epictetus said, "He is a wise man who does not grieve for the things he has not, but rejoices for those which he has." Gratitude isn't about pretending everything's perfect. It's about recognizing what's already working so you don't overlook the very life you're trying to improve. And the end of the day is the perfect time for this. Why? Because your brain is transitioning. The day's battles are over. The world gets quieter. And the thoughts you choose to focus on now will echo into your sleep, your subconscious, and your next morning. You can end your day in anxiety, replaying what went wrong, or you can end it in peace by anchoring in what went right. The practice. Right before bed, after you've powered down, dimmed the lights and sat still for a moment, ask yourself, what do I appreciate from today? Who did I connect with? What moment made me feel alive, calm, or seen? What's one thing I'm thankful didn't happen? This isn't about big wins. In fact, the smaller the better. A warm shower, a smile from a stranger, a song you hadn't heard in years, a moment of quiet when you needed it most. Write down 3 things, or speak them aloud, or just hold them in your mind for 10 seconds. If you want structure, keep a gratitude journal by your bed. It doesn't need paragraphs, just bullets. And if the day was hard, be grateful you got through it. Be grateful that you're still here. Gratitude softens resistance. It helps you let go of the need to control or fix everything. It says, this moment is enough. I am enough. Why it works. Gratitude isn't spiritual fluff. It's neurological design. Studies show that people who practice gratitude before sleep have better rest, lower stress, and improved mental health. It reduces cortisol levels and activates areas of the brain associated with empathy and reward. In other words, it rewires your nervous system for calm and contentment. And that ripples outward. Because when you start your next day from a place of fullness, not lack, your choices are stronger, your energy is steadier, your interactions are more meaningful. You don't wake up desperate to prove, or chase, or fight. You wake up with presence. Stoicism and enough. The Stoics understood that a person who is always in want is always in turmoil. But the one who sees what they already have, no matter how modest, finds a kind of peace that can't be taken. When you end your day with gratitude, you're telling your mind, I have enough to begin again tomorrow. That doesn't mean you stop improving. It means you improve from a place of groundedness, not grasping. So tonight, no matter what today held, no matter how fast or scattered or stressful it was, end it with thanks. Thank yourself for showing up. Thank the world for offering lessons. Thank the smallest details for anchoring you to this life, this wildly imperfect, astonishingly fragile, beautifully human life. Because tomorrow you begin again, but tonight you rest. And the one who rests in gratitude wakes up in strength. 10 habits, 10 invitations, not just to change your morning, but to transform your relationship with life itself. No, every day won't be perfect, but every day can be intentional. You now hold the tools the Stoics carried in their minds: discipline, reflection, gratitude, purpose. Habits that turn chaos into clarity, repetition into ritual, and mornings into momentum. Now, I want to hear from you. Which of these habits spoke to you the most? Drop it in the comments. The topic with the most mentions will get a deep dive video. And if this video gave you something to think about, something to feel, something to try, hit the like, share it with a friend. And, of course, subscribe so you don't miss out on any of the life-changing wisdom from the Stoics. Together, let's keep building mornings we're proud of and lives that reflect the wisdom of those who came before us. Until next time, stay grounded, stay present, and stay strong.